So we're getting ready to do Demo Slam. We have several different people presenting. It is not a full-blown workshop. You will not get a full set of information. Each presentation is about 2 to 3 minutes. They give a quick overview of a website or a resource that you can use, and again, you can follow along throughout. The most exciting part is at the end of their presentation, they're going to yell slam, and you are going to show support of their presentation by yelling slam back. So Paul is our first presenter, but you will participate by yelling slam after he yells it first at the end of his presentation. All right, Paul, hit it.
Hello, thank you. I'm Paul Brown, Supervisor of Media Technologies. We are up at the Hudson Distribution Center. I'm the supervisor. Kevin Goebel back there running camera does our video production. And on the screen to the right there with his West Virginia is Mike Marachi. He does all the video conferencing as well. We're going to talk about web conferencing today, which is typically on a laptop or a computer and the camera doesn't move, and historically it was one-to-many, so a webinar where you're pushing out PowerPoints or presenting it to 50 or 100 people. That's kind of where web conferencing got its start. We also do video conferencing, which is really a higher bandwidth to end units, so that you're doing a virtual field trip to COSI or the zoo, and you can see open heart surgeries or virtual field trips. And we have information over here, brochures and forms if you want to do video conferencing directly to your classroom. So we have a couple of things that we're going to demo here today. This that you see here is Adobe Connect. This is kind of a robust, high-end web conferencing kind of software, and the camera that you're seeing here is actually that laptop over there. You can use any kind of wireless device, a phone, an iPad, and this is there you go, very powerful as far as being able to preload equipment, or I'm sorry, preload media, so you can have videos preloaded, you can have your PowerPoints, and it's done for classroom planning, and Karen Fiedler does a lot of that. Is it a lot of workshops with teachers? So you can do a lot with this because it's like Skype on steroids. The other thing is, you can see here on the right hand side is all the people who come in, and so you might have that entire window full of participants. And there's a difference between the presenter and the participant. So the presenter has all the controls, and the participants are usually passive and just, listening if that's the way you want to do it. You can also put stuff in their chat, so you can be chatting at the same time and fielding questions, and you can also share your screen. So if you want to show a website or a document, you can do that. The other thing I'm going to show you here is Zoom, and Mike, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
So Mike's going to tell us just a little bit about video conferencing and how to get a hold of him, but this is another product that is very easy to use, very quick, and I'll just let him talk for 10 seconds.
Okay, yeah, and in fact we had some difficulty getting Adobe Connect to cooperate with us this morning, so we went to Zoom. You can see over my shoulder I got my West Virginia. I'm coming to you from my home office in my house. And last night my Mountaineers beat Oklahoma, so I got my colors flying here. But in addition to these products that are PC-based and other handheld devices, I can bring high-quality equipment that has better pictures and sound that will allow you to connect your classroom to zoos and museums and science centers and arts and history centers anywhere in the world, and to connect your classroom to other classrooms. Just yesterday we connected Afrocentric School with a classroom in Ghana in Africa. And so basically what I'm here to do is tell you that you just need to get in touch with me, and I would be happy to work with you. Paul will probably show you my website where you can get a lot of information, and we also have information set up on one of the tables out there in your room. So
thank you, Mike. And here's what the website looks like. It's right under departments, and you go to Media Technologies, and all that information for video conferencing is there. So help me, everyone. Slam!
Slam!
All right. Okay, my name is Heather, and I like free apps. I'm here to talk to you about Plickers. It is a free app. You will need to download it on your phone or your tablet, and then you will need a laptop to go to plickers.com to use the system. So first thing I did is I created a class for our demo slam. There are 63 cards available. I have handed some cards out to some people today. Then you go on here and you create your questions on here. They have to be true, false, or multiple choice. So it is a very quick formative assessment. You'll notice on your card there is an A, B, C, or D on there. You've turned your card to rotate to the answer that you want. And we're going to practice here with our live view. When you're ready, you go to live view. You click on your app. Clicking on the first question, it will appear. It will appear. I promise it does. It's coming. Okay. So when you're ready, if you teach elementary, turn your Plicker card to have the A on top. If you teach middle school, turn it to the B. And then I'm just going to scan the crowd. I've hit scan. Now mine is access. And you can see when it registers someone, you get their answers. Okay. Just doing a few so you can see how that goes. You can see who is answered. In your classroom, you would have every student numbered, so you would know what they answered to your questions. Okay, reveal the answer. There was no right answer on that one. Clearly. All right. All right. Sorry. And we'll go to our second question. And this is just a yes or no. So an A is a yes and a B is a no. People over here when you're ready. So that is Plicker. So please intrigue you enough to look it up. It is a free app and it is awesome. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Everybody ready to bring awesomeness to your presentations, or better yet, your student presentations? Today I'm going to demo Powtoon. Powtoon is an animated video creator that allows you to excite and engage your students and explain key concepts in your curriculum. To get started, we're going to go to Powtoon.com. I'm only going to demo the free version of Powtoon. So you'll notice over here I can start from scratch, or I can customize a ready-made Powtoon. I'm actually going to start from scratch today, but not exactly, because we are going to use a preloaded theme. So once I'm in my preloaded themes, now I'm going to show you an example of one that I've already created to show you some of the features. Over here on the left, you can add and delete slides, and you can also toggle between slideshow mode and movie mode, and that's going to be important later if you go to export your file. Over here, coming over here to the right-hand side, you'll see I can add text, images, sound, and video. So I'm going to have several options here. Once I've added some text in, I can edit my text, and this is where I can add some animation to my text effects. In this case, I've chosen the handwriting example. When I come over here to add an image, again, I can choose from the previously loaded gallery in Powtoon. I can upload my own or add one that I have previously uploaded. Several options again for adding soundtrack into Powtoon. I can do a voiceover, I can add in some soundtracks from Powtoon, I can also upload my own files. Down here at the bottom, this is where you control your slide speed and how long you want a particular slide to be. At the top I hit an eye icon and this is what it looks like, and if this sound were enabled, you would hear sound in the background. There's music playing for this. When I'm done with that, I can hit the export button, and depending on how I want to export this, if I have it in movie mode, I can export it over here to Vimeo or to YouTube. Or I can go back if I want to create this as a slideshow, something that I can export as a PowerPoint presentation. I would go back and I would change over here in my mode to slideshow, and I can export it now as a PDF or as a PowerPoint presentation. That is Powtoon. Slam!
Hi, my name is Karen and welcome to Class Dojo. Class Dojo is an interactive, fun, easy classroom management behavior system in which you can award points to or take points away from students, your entire class, or small groups of students that you have set up within your class. One of the things that the kids like most about it is they can design their own monster so that's their own character. Oh, and here goes my video. So, while it's trying to regenerate. The other thing is that it has several features. There's an online timer that you can project up on your screen. You can take attendance within Classroom Dojo. It also has a randomizer feature. So especially if you're in elementary school and the kids get all upset when you say who wants to run to the office, everybody raises their hands. You can just do the randomizer and it'll randomly pull up a name. It also has an online version mobile app so that if you have parents from your classroom students signed up, they can follow their students along during the day to see how their behavior is going, which I often do with my own son whose teacher uses Classroom Dojo. You can also post status updates and important announcements that will automatically be pushed out to all of the parents. Thank you, Matt. There is actually a unique way of using Classroom Dojo is when you're setting up typically you set it up so that you have behavior expectations in there. For example, following directions or on task or lining up quietly. However, you can also use it to set up a rubric for an academic assignment. Or if you're teaching a course like science and you want students to grow or get feedback on their scientific skills or their historical thinking skills, you can set up a rubric, which we'll show in just a minute, a rubric about all of the different skills and how the students are doing on that. You can also set up Classroom Dojo. You can set up an assignment and give the students feedback on, for example, an architectural project that they're working on, and set up your qualifications for your rubric within the Class Dojo system. You can push out messages to individual students' parents, or you can push out messages to the entire classroom parents. And that is Class Dojo. Slam!
Slam!
Good morning, my name is Darren Greshik. I'm at the Downtown High School, and I've been using Infinite Campus now for about 3 years. And if you aren't aware, you can do lots of great things with Infinite Campus. I'll be giving another speech at a presentation in room 217 right after this. But just wanted to show you one quick feature about seating charts on Infinite Campus. This is the end of my current unit, so I can literally go ahead and wipe all my students out of their current seats. And if I want to set up a new seating chart for them, well, maybe I know that he has to sit in the front because he can't see, and I know that she can't sit, anywhere but right there. Otherwise, she will be, a troublemaker. But if I just want to place the rest of them, I can do that very easily. I can go alphabetically, A to Z, Z to A, or I can just hit random, and then the rest of my seats will get filled in there. So it's a nice, easy way to set up seating charts. You can switch it whenever you want to. And if you turn on one feature inside of your account settings, you could even take attendance with your students in those seating charts as well. Even print it out for your substitute teacher, put it in your subfolder so that the sub has no issues with your students sitting down. I will be demonstrating all the great features of the Gradebook in room 217. You get color, you can get charts. It's just a really nice program, and the best thing about it, though, the absolute best thing, is that at the end of the quarter, even at the interim time, I can show you how to do this later on, I can just hit this one little button that says post, and I'm not transferring anything over. It is all done for me. It does grading, it does curved grading, it does raw points, it does everything. Just kind of figure it out. If you want to make it complicated, you can. If you want to make it just like a old school paper notebook with just points, you can, but I choose to do categories. Anyway, I'm now done. Slam!
Good morning, everybody. I'm Carmen McCaslin from Professional Learning and Licensure. If you have students in your building that are ESL students, you can use Google Translate in all different ways. All you do is Google Translate. So when Google Translate comes up, you can either type in what you want to translate to that student, or if you have a microphone, that student can speak into it and it will automatically translate what they're saying. So let me see if this works. Mi no habla español.
I don't speak Spanish.
All right, so if you have a student that is speaking to you in a foreign language, they have, I don't know, I want to say like 92 different languages in Google right now. Most of them will translate easily just like that. You can also use Google Translate to upload an entire document and have it automatically translated for you. So let's say, for example, you made a flyer for open house, you made it in English, you want to translate it to Somalia, you just upload it in Google Translate, tell it what language you want it translated to. It takes less than 30 seconds. It will translate the entire document. You can also put Google Translate on your phone. There is an app. Let's say, for example, you are fortunate enough to travel to a different country this summer and you don't speak or read that language. You can use the Google Translate app and it will scan that menu for you and automatically in real time translate it. Slam.
Slam. All right, good morning. I'm Jenny Mead. I am showing Geoguessr. It's a website that uses the maps that, if you've ever seen the Google Map car drive through Columbus or maybe some other fun place you were, it collects areas of the maps. This is an activity you can use with students. Sometimes our kids don't get out of Columbus. This is a great way to expose. When you go to the website, you can choose to be a single player or you can have your entire class play or a group of students. What it'll do is it'll pull up a map and it'll drop you in some unknown place that you're not familiar. Sometimes it's a road, sometimes it's a room. You are able to toggle and you can drive around, you can move in different places, you're looking for different clues. So based off this, does anybody have a guess of where it might be? Sometimes you literally have no idea. Okay, so you've got to pick a place on the map. Cindy said grandma's house, which I'm not sure where her grandma lives, but we're gonna say Cindy's grandma lives somewhere in North America. When you make a guess, you get a number of points based off how close you were. So I was really far off, and so I guessed somewhere in Minnesota, and it turns out that it was somewhere in Germany. So I got only 38 points based off the kilometers. So, and then it goes through and it just continues to give you different pictures. When you're driving on the road, it's great sometimes because you'll see street signs or maps or names of a city that you have to guess. So it's a great way to expose this. And if you're playing by yourself in the evening on Geoguessr, then you will find that you become addicted to trying to find the location. So this is my presentation. Slam! Slam!
Okay, welcome to Flubaroo. My name is Linda Ray. Do you feel like you don't have enough time for grading? Well, Flubaroo is a program that can grade assignments in under a minute and give you useful measurements on student performances. Flubaroo is a program that can be used with student responses submitted via Google Forms. So it's only a program that you can use with Google Forms. To get Flubaroo, you go to flubaroo.com and simply click on the Try It Now button. And yes, Flubaroo is free to use. Once there, you'll be directed to the Flubaroo add-ons page. And here, you'll be asked to authorize Flubaroo to run and simply click the blue Accept button. Now, once students will submit their responses in Google Forms, it generates a spreadsheet similar to this. And this is what Flubaroo will grade. So you go to the Add-ons tab at the top, and you simply click on Flubaroo Grade Assignment. And once there, there's a couple steps you have to take before it grades assignment. Step 1 is you're going to identify the grading option. And the grading option for each question, it'll either identify the student, will either normal grading, skip grading, or grade by hand. You also have the option to select the point value. And then you click on Continue. Step 2 is where you're going to identify which submission is the key. And the submission that is the key is the submission that is submitted by you via Google Forms. You click on Continue, and then Flubaroo grades your assignment. And you get a breakdown of students' individual scores, but you also get a breakdown of individual scores by question. And so here you can see it gives you their total points, percentage, and then you can also look at how they did on each question. There are also other options under the Flubaroo add-ons. It'll regrade the assignment. You can also view a report, and it'll give you a histogram of how students did on individual questions. This is Flubaroo. Slam.
All right, I'm Cindy Wright, and I'm going to show you how to get your files, your CCS files from home. I actually put this on the district website, and if you go to the departments and then you go to library services and scroll down on the left side, you'll see the CCS tech tips, and from there, there is a link for outside the district. So if you've ever been at home and you want to get your files, this is the way that you can do this. You'll log in with your regular credentials, just like you are at work. That's how you get onto the computer. Once you log in, it does use the Citrix Receiver app, so that app will automatically install. I think I'll fast forward here just a little bit. And once that installs, you'll see your desktop appear on the screen. You want to click on that desktop app. And then you might get a dialog box that comes up and saying that it's installing that Citrix Receiver. That's fine. Go ahead and go with that. And then you'll see, eventually, after a couple of seconds, your CCS desktop will appear. If you've ever been over the summer where you've had to change your password, this would be a way that you could do this as well. So here is my desktop, just like I'm at work. I can go down to the all programs, and I can see all the programs that are on my computer. And I can also go to my documents. If you get a dialog box that comes up about wanting to have access, go ahead and say yes, read-write access is fine. And then you'll have access to all of your documents. So you can see here, once that opens up, that's everything that I have at work, but I now have at home. So if you're on spring break and you want to do some work, you want to get access to your files, this is the way to do it. Slam!
All right, so hopefully you enjoyed our first annual slam. This might be something you take back to your building. You do at staff meetings, at the end of a staff meeting, have people share great resources that they're using in the building. Makes it kind of fun for everybody to yell slam and get out some of their daily frustration, perhaps. Not that anyone is ever frustrated, but if you were, you could yell that out. We have a few announcements to get started before we move into our mini sessions. Again, just a quick reminder that the agenda, you have a paper copy, but please make sure that you're using the link to the online schedule, because it also has any of the PowerPoints or information that people are giving out. So if you're like me, sometimes I leave and I have the paper in the back of my car. 3 weeks later, it's been stepped on or something, and so I need another copy. So available materials from today's presentations are available on the online piece. Today was sponsored and promoted by the Professional Learning and Licensure Office and the e-learning committee. So if you're in either one of those groups, please wave your hand so everybody can see who you are. Yay! We also have a lot of lovely presenters, whether it was at a table talk, a demo slam, or a mini session. So if you are one of those people, please raise your hand. Feel free to say yay, smile, give them a high five. Great. And then today supports, President Obama has an initiative called ConnectED. So we know that that name is used in a lot of different ways, but that initiative supports really having access for lots of students, but then secondly, having teacher training to support that. It's great that we have wireless going into a lot of buildings, but as teachers, we have to keep sharing great resources and materials that we have. So today was to do that. Give me a thumbs up if you learned at least one thing this morning that you know you can take back to your building and use in some way, shape, or form. Great. So if you did not raise your thumb or give me a thumbs up, hopefully by the end of the day you will have something. Kingswood has a couple of announcements that they would like us to share, is to remind everyone to clean their Q drive. Sometimes you have things that you have not used, or maybe your personal items that are sitting on there that you need to make sure you're going through and cleaning that up. Today, everyone received a flash drive, so if you haven't opened it up, it does say the Spirit of CCS, Columbus City Schools. Ooh, do remember that you cannot and should not put student data on flash drives. And then in case you did not know, Office 365 can be downloaded onto your computer. On the icon, you can download it if you have questions. We have lovely Kingswood. Kingswood, kind of raise your hand. Kingswood, yeah. They were like, don't point me out. Just kidding. Sorry, Kingswood. You can ask them a question on how to do that, but you can also download on your personal computers, which is wonderful. We had a lot of vendors today in the hallway, so in the hallway, they may still be cleaning up on the way out. Hopefully you got a chance to hear about their great resources and materials. And at the end of the conference, sometime later today, you'll receive an email link with a form for you to fill out for today's evaluation to just let us know what worked. We have one room change for today. Cindy Wright's session in mini session 1 will no longer be in, block 2 will no longer be in 251, it will be in 197. Without any further ado, have a wonderful day. Slam!